What's going on, King of Kings family? Pastor Eric here. It is day 14 of our Acts campaign, reading one chapter a day from the book of Acts from January 1st to February 1st, skipping Sundays. And we are at the midpoint, Acts chapter 14. And the part of Acts chapter 14 that resonated with me was at the beginning, where we read about Paul and Barnabas performing miraculous signs and wonders that confirmed the gospel and the grace that's found in Jesus. And I think the big question that this begs is, why is it that we don't see signs and wonders today the way we see them in the book of Acts? There are whole theologies that are built on the fact that signs and wonders were for the apostolic age, meaning the period of time when the apostles lived, including Paul, and that once that age ended, once those guys all passed away, that the signs and wonders went with them. The problem with that belief is that there are actually signs and wonders happening. We do hear about people being healed. We do hear, particularly in the third world, on the missional edge, where the gospel is being advanced into places that it has not been heard before, where these miraculous signs and wonders are happening. If you listen to missionaries, you hear stories about people being miraculously healed, and I've heard stories of limbs growing back, and even people being raised from the dead. That there are reports of that happening in places like India and in Africa. And we meet that often with a healthy dose of skepticism, but it is possible, and it is happening according to those who are closest to it. And so it begs the question, really, not why aren't they happening today, but why aren't we seeing them? Why aren't they happening in our neck of the woods? And I think we have to look at what these signs and wonders were accompanying for the answer. So in Paul and Barnabas' case, they are on the missional edge. The signs and wonders weren't the thing. The healings weren't the thing. Certainly they were for the benefit of those. And even when Jesus does it, it isn't the thing. The thing is the good news. And the signs and wonders confirm that the good news has power. And for us, in this culture, we've heard the good news. I mean, America is a Christianized nation. I don't necessarily want to say we're a Christian nation. I don't think we are that. But we are a Christianized nation, meaning that most people know something about Jesus, know something about God, know something about what the Christian faith is about, and have, if they're not a part of it, if they don't believe in it, it's because they've gone a different direction. A sign and a wonder probably isn't going to convince them. Not in the same way that it was working in Paul and Barnabas' day, and also, sorry, I got a little bit of allergies going on, and also what we're seeing in other parts of the world. I think if you want to see signs and wonders really happening, you have to recognize that they aren't the thing, that they aren't what we are to pursue. What we're actually to pursue is the sharing of the good news, and then whatever is needed for that good news to be confirmed in the place that God is sending us to go to share it is what's going to show up. It may not necessarily look exactly like it looked like for Paul and Barnabas. It may not look exactly like it looks in places like Africa, places like India. But when you follow Jesus to the missional edge, even in this community, because there are people who don't know Jesus, who don't know really what the gospel's about. When you follow the call of Christ to the missional edge in your context, Jesus will show up, and he will confirm the words of grace with something miraculous. It just may not look like what we see in the scripture today. So my prayer today is that you would be discerning, and I would be discerning, what that missional edge is in our networks, in our neighborhoods, in the places that we live, work, and play, and that we would go there and trust that if we go sharing the good news, that God will show up and confirm that word of his grace and mercy and love. So that's what we got for today. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.